Good morning, trading world. It is April 14, 2021, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is my pre-market outlook. We have bank earnings. It has begun, so let's move. All right, things to watch over this week. What's going to be very important is the inverse relationship of bonds to rates. Bonds have been in that small range, 157 to 155, I believe it was. Do we get a break outside of that range, or do we just stay in that range? If we stay in that range, it's possible for us to go higher on the broader markets. The SPY could definitely surge higher if we stay in that range. We break out of that range, it means trouble for one or both sectors, either tech or financials. So definitely keeping an eye out on the bonds. Today is truly a 50-50 day, where when you look at volume distribution and the way things are playing out, it is definitely a big decision to make, because volume is kind of sitting at a perch where it's definitely 50-50. The volume distribution is 50% bullish, 50% bearish. There is a decision area right in the middle, which is that 412, 413 area on the SPY, where a decision has to be made as to whether we go higher or lower. Personally, because we've kind of been shifting or just kind of hovering in this range, I feel that a break today could actually test both ends of the recent range that we have. It is definitely possible where we could get a break lower and then ultimately come back to test the highs. This is a possibility that I see. So those are the things that I'll be keeping an eye on, and let's get into the outcomes of the day. Outcome number one, it has a probability of about 35%. It is about the middle ground of what could happen today. If we hold support at this 412 area, we could take off and retest the highs and possibly break through the high of 413.53 on the SPY. Again, this has a 35% probability of happening. Be very, very careful of what could be a sell-off after breaking through the highs. It is very possible that after we break through new highs that we could get a sell-off that comes back. I would consider a mild sell-off, and just something that kind of goes back to retest the bottom of the more recent range. Thinking the 410 area. So that is outcome number two. I'm sorry, outcome number one. Now, here we have outcome number two, which I give a 20% probability of happening, and that's we break through that support area at the 412 and it opens up a door to 410. I give this, again, a 20% probability of happening. Now, mind you, there is a lot of volume waiting for us down at down below the 410, 412, 411 area. All that is just stacked with volume, so it wouldn't surprise me to make a visit and get stuck down there in consolidation. So again, this is a 20% probability of happening. Be careful of getting stuck down in that 411, 412 area in consolidation. All right. Outcome number 3, which I give the highest probability of happening today at 45% degree of probability of happening. It's basically we test the lows of the recent range, and since there's so much volume down here, we basically can consolidate for a moment, maybe the rest of the day, and maybe a day or two before we actually rise back up to retest the highs. So this is the highest probability that I see happening. It may take a day or two, a couple days for this to play out, but this is very much a big possibility of what I see over the next couple of days. So that is outcome number 3. As always, know your risk, and wishing you a profitable trading day. Have a great one.